If you're new to Solarpunk, or maybe you've been playing for a little while and still feel like you're constantly running out of power, resources, or have absolutely no idea what some of these blueprints actually do, then this is the video for you. I've spent a lot of time learning things through trial and error, wasting resources, unlocking the wrong things, and getting way too excited over blueprints that didn't do what I thought they did. So today I'm sharing 10 Solarpunk tips I wish I knew earlier that would have saved me a lot of time and frustration, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first tip I have for you, focus on power blueprints early. When you go visit the trade bot, he's going to ask for certain items in exchange for blueprints. Then you can take those blueprints and unlock new things in the shop. And one thing I highly recommend is focusing on power-related blueprints as early as possible. Things like solar panels, batteries, windmills, and anything else that helps expand your power grid. One thing you'll learn very quickly in Solarpunk is that you never seem to have enough power, and every new machine, drill, and automation setup needs electricity. The earlier you start expanding your power grid, the less rebuilding you'll have to do later. And while we're talking about the trade bot, the next tip is prioritize the algae blueprint in Tier 4. As soon as you reach Tier 4, I recommend unlocking the algae blueprint. The reason isn't really the algae itself, it's what the algae unlocks. Algae is used to make circuit boards, and circuit boards are required for some of the most useful upgrades in the game, including the turbine for increased power generation, and the forester, which gives you a renewable source of wood so you don't have to keep chopping trees by hand. Getting access to these upgrades early can make the rest of your progression much easier and save you a lot of time in the long run. Tip number 3 I have for you is prioritize the right resources for your drones. When you're setting up your first drills and drones, don't just automate every resource right away. I recommend focusing on resources that are further away from your base, especially cobalt and quartz. As you unlock more advanced technology, you're going to need a lot of these materials, and making repeated trips to collect them can become really time-consuming. Copper is important too, but it's located close enough to the starting area that you can just hop on your airship and grab some whenever you need it. There's really no reason to spend the extra resources on a copper drone setup right away when those resources could be used on materials that are much farther away. By focusing your drones on distant resources first, you'll save yourself a lot of travel time later. Bringing me to tip 4 is talking about using solar panels per drill early on. If you're just getting started with automation, here's a really simple rule that's worked great for me. For every drill you place, connect it to 2 solar panels because it's a quick and easy way to get your drills running without having to do a bunch of power calculations or spend too many resources early in the game. As you unlock better power sources later, you can always redesign and optimize your setup, but honestly, I've used 2 solar panels per drill through most of my playthrough, and it's provided more than enough materials for what I needed. Tip number 5 is get your crops into a greenhouse ASAP. If you're wondering why your crops keep dying, the answer is usually storms and lightning. Crops planted out in the open can be damaged by bad weather, so one of the best things you can do is build a greenhouse as early as possible. Once your crops are protected, you can stop worrying about storms wiping out your farm and focus on expanding your base instead. Tip number 6. Press E to access different building styles. A lot of players completely miss this feature. I know I did. When you're placing building pieces, press E to cycle through the different material styles available. This is how you switch between standard wood pieces, glass walls for greenhouses, and brick building pieces. If you've ever wondered where those other building styles are hiding, they're all tucked away behind this menu. One of my favorite options is the glass walls because they're perfect for building greenhouses while still being able to see all your crops inside. Tip number 7 I have for you is how to do animal transport. Animal transport can be a little confusing when you're first getting started. To bring animals back to your island, you'll need the correct animal shelter, whether that's for pigs, sheep, or chickens. You'll also need an animal receiver and an animal transport item. The animal receiver gets placed at your home base, and I recommend naming it home so it's easy to find. The animal transport is the item you'll need to carry with you to the island where the animal is located. Once you're there, just right-click the animal and send it back to your home base. That's it, and that's how animal transport works. Tip number 8 I have for you is about the wireless power base. This one confused me, so maybe it will save some of you some frustration. When I unlocked the wireless power base, I got really excited because I assumed it would provide wireless power to things like docks, drones, sprinklers, and other machines, mostly because I was getting tired of the ridiculous amount of wires running all over my base. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. The wireless power base only works with items that actually have wireless in their name, such as the wireless light and the small wireless lamp. So if you're planning out your power grid, don't expect it to magically power everything. Also, the one light I really wanted it to work with was the standing lamp. And of course, that's the one it doesn't work with. I was very disappointed. Tip number 9, what does the advanced dock actually do? This was another thing I got really excited about at first because when you look at the blueprint description, it says it's an improved variant of the Airship dock for automatic flight. So naturally, my brain went, oh my God, my airship is going to fly itself and I never have to do this again. Unfortunately, that's not what it means. The advanced dock does not automatically fly your airship around the map. Instead, it helps speed up docking and automatically pulls your airship back toward the dock when you're returning home. You still have to fly the airship yourself. You just need to point in the general direction of the base and the dock will pull you in. And fair warning, it is fast. I have crashed into my dock more times than I'd like to admit because I wasn't expecting how quickly it brings you back in. The last tip I have for you is how airship progression works. This one is pretty straightforward, but I figured I'd include it because I see people ask about it. The advanced dock is what allows you to access additional islands and continue exploring new areas. As you travel to new islands, you'll discover blueprints that unlock new crafting recipes, technologies, and upgrades back at the trade shop workbench. So, if you're ever wondering how to unlock more content, the answer is usually simple. Keep upgrading your airship and keep exploring. A lot of progression in Solarpunk is tied directly to discovering new islands and bringing those blueprints back home. And that's going to do it for today's Solarpunk tips. I hope some of these help make your playthrough a little smoother and save you from making some of the same mistakes I did. If you have any tips of your own, drop them in the comments below. I always love hearing how other people are playing the game. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in the next video.